Americas. As 53 seconds are left on the clock. A Nebula being called up. Recall now for the swing out. But it's a 1v1 over there trying to close in onto Xeppaa. Around the corner, it's still going to be tuyz with the first blood. But then we push in towards the A site. Fighting back over on that area, and C9 rotates right away.
That, if they were wondering how it would...
Fault line from Runi. From the back of the site, just running this clock down. And C9 are running the perfect protocols. Finally, one more to go. And it's C9. The first one to end comes in for B main. A full 5-player retake for Loud as a flash goes in for spawn. Indication of 1 player for C9 to get ready on that post plant. On the other end though, Loud looking to initiate back on their own flashes, dropping from B heaven. Xeppaa on the first blood, but gets quickly traded out by cauanzin. All 4 players of Loud still stuck towards the top. As Runi fights from the middle. Make that even 3 for him. And that's a lockdown and a shutdown for C9 on the post plant. But it starts off with a rolling thunder. Aspas is not affected. Looking up towards heaven, but misses the shot. A rare miss coming out from Aspas as they're fighting close. Jake with the shorty drops cauanzin. And there's only 1 more player stuck inside of the site. No way of escape.
Right to the throat. Rolling thunder to start it off, making sure the operator wasn't close. It didn't matter. Xeppaa's still up top of B heaven.
Finally with this gap, tuyz comes back.
Healing over here.
It's like nearly impossible for the retake to happen for Loud. Unless we get lucky on some shots, some over-peaking like this coming out from C9. But the protocol comes back for a flank. Waste on that clock, Runi comes in from B main. Up at the top of mail, here's the first drop. Information on the second. Alerted are the other players inside the site for C9 from that flank. And it's 5 unanswered round now to clear out the A site. No opportunity for aspas to get any shots coming out from the operator. Now playing from the back of the map. The barrel of the gun, a shot missing.
Another miss.
As Lip runs across for the entry into the B site as well. Well, fighting back towards the spawn. I mean, what can you really do for the last 2 players remaining from Loud?
It's tough. tuyz is going to look for a frag. They're looking for some ecos here. And this cannot continue to happen. If they buy the operator, they need to see a return on investment. They need to see the frags. Van Silly, 7 rounds now for Cloud9. And talking about aspas.
All the way up towards garage. A full rotate comes out from Loud early with no information to gamble for a stack towards the A site. The fake's not going to work. Cosmic Divide, and it's ready for aspas. The first blood onto Zellsis as Zellsis falls. But the rest of C9 are still moving in. Low on HP from all of the info coming out. Older util retaliated by Loud.
Spike
and they answer back on an eco. Spike now down on a 4 versus 1. Jake's going to have to try to clutch this. Here's the first one. Drops back in. 10 seconds left. Has to go for that spike. The flag for the swing. It's going to be too much. As Loud gets the thrifty for the... An opportunity here for Loud to come back as they finally have ults to come in. And now shots are landing. First blood for aspas there. Wow. Detain is going to be Jake. As Thrash comes out for an aggressive B push. Runi trying to save his teammate. Countering back with the flashes. Double swing, double fight. Not going to work. As Runi's looking to aim lab some more. Spike is now down towards B, and Seekers also spawns the last 2 players. So the lurk will not work here for Xeppaa. The backstab. Zellsis pinned, cornered. A lockdown shot pushed him away, but his shot from both angles. And unfortunately falls. Allows Xeppaa to gain some space. 1 versus 1 down towards the sewers. As that's less down to 11 HP. And 3 players just ready to greet Xeppaa across. Breaking the crosshair placement, or at least an attempt to. Not gonna happen.
To make it happen.
Blinded.
Setting up here potentially. There you go with the rolling thunder into the site.
Aspas, did he dodge?
cauanzin didn't though. tuyz also didn't, but still gets a crosshair with saadhak.
What are they doing?
Perfect for 2 more kills. And now with the Nebula, it forces the 2 players just to hold behind the smoke for C9. Finally, Zellsis moves in, long range for the kill, and Jake has to come in for a clutch on low HP. Decides to fall back instead.
Very interesting decision on the end. The calls just did not come through. Loud punishes that. They get another round for themselves here, and the more that stay alive for these rounds, it's so good for Loud. They're trying to rebuild this economy. As I say that, the caster curse rings true. Oh no. That's going to be a hot foot.
There's no stars available though for Jake. So we have open angles coming out for the defense. And the up comes in, Flash trying to push him out. Jake falls, 10 seconds left on the clock. We're looking for the plant. We'll get it on the top of A Heaven.
Molly on.
Time for Loud to fight back. Showstopper out towards screens. Zellsis gets the first contact inside vents. Immediately get traded out. And Les is closing in on A Heaven. 2 more players left on the defense, stuck inside the site. And it's the players with low weaponry. A Bulldog and a Stinger. From both the star players of Leaf and Xeppaa, protecting each other, ADSing on the other. As it turns it over, aspas has to go for a clutch now. Flash available, not needed. Leaf comes out. Fast Cosmic Divide as you called Riv, and C9 moves into an open site. We have an early flank coming in. Footsteps will be heard as cauanzin's trying to move up for the backstab.
Girly.
Spike planted.
3 players now from Loud towards A main. All of C9 stuck inside the A site, looking to regain map control towards screens. aspas updrafting, but not connecting with the Blade Storm. Trying to retake with the operator with the rest of the teammates. A trade-off happens from both teams. A 3 versus 3. As the spike is not planted really for C9, so they just have to win their duels.
1 enemy remaining.
Flanker doesn't work. Jake on his own. Up to halfway. As now he has to move forward. Cannot get the kill onto tuyz. As cauanzin goes for the...
So they're going to try to come up here to A Heaven and again lock that down. Second layer, drop in sight or head back to B.
Ready with the fault line is runi. Footsteps now being heard as Loud is trying to take over A Heavens. Now gets cooped from Dizzy as the wingman comes down for an attempted plant. At halfway, but it's not even needed. Here. Somehow all the players of Loud just fall. Lurk from Les down towards sewers. 3 players of Cloud9 moving forward for the retake from spawn.
Concealment.
Zellsis at B Heaven still waiting for this 1v1. Will win it against Les. Meanwhile, battle ensues towards the trade in the back of B site. Gravity Well, Nova Pulse coming out from C9 in the back. It works out for the stun, but the trade-off once again, and cauanzin gets 2. Zellsis looking to clutch, but gets denied right away by tuyz.
Important round for Loud. Pushing out towards B, and this isn't looking good here.
Oh! Jay gets the first kill, almost in time for tuyz to get the first one, but indeed it's C9's time to play aggressive. Seeker Zen to spot information towards A main, allowing Zellsis to get the pick off the cauanzin. 1 more spotted towards the A ramp. Nebula forces them back. And there's no smokes for them to get into the sites. So you're right, grabbing this orb could be important, but that would give your position away. So Loud's playing contact instead. A fight towards B Heaven as aspas drops in towards Hell. 2 players inside the site as players are falling down. Les is fighting in. 14 seconds left. There's only 1 player inside the site. Both players on the attack fully blinded for the flash from Leaf. And really just playing behind the box. A double swing. And that denies everything. A 1 versus 1, no time to plant. As that was a key swing coming out from C9 runi.
So I mentioned it last round from play between all the utility as mid gets thrashed right away. There's no waiting to be had.
Just trying to clear towards vents. Leaf looking back down, trying to salvage the thrash, but Leaf is once again there. No dancing could escape.
Into that vent, they try to look for a small re-hit with already the play from Les getting clearance on ramp.
Especially with the thrash that came out. Early control from Loud on both Heavens. And just hoping to punish. Summoning from C9 and they're able to punish Leaf. Peeking out from Matt. A swing coming out from 2 players of Cloud9 as Xeppaa falls. Les is coming in to fight.
Oh my.
Swinging around back and forth.
The damage Zellsis will take moving through is what they're hoping for right now.
Oh yeah.
They're going to push onto A ramp alone, or together rather.
Spotting it through. Zellsis comes in for a kill if he can. Has the lockdown if he wants it. There's not 2 players allowed to lose their weapons. Make it expensive into the next. Actually, the economy is very low for both of these teams into this round, so a huge swing round. Losing both of these guns for Loud would be huge for C9 into the next. But at the end of the day, it's still a round coming in for Loud. Still Rolling Thunder available for the retake. Plant comes in and Loud understands that everybody's falling out from the A site, playing towards the A ramp for the take, and it's planted for them too. It only affects one player on the Rolling Thunder, and here comes the Dizzy in the back, and it's still a trade-off. Xeppaa still answering onto cauanzin. 3 players now at the top for Loud. Nice shot by Jake. Only Les and tuyz trying to clutch this for Loud and stay into this fight. Snake bite onto the ground. Cosmic Divide about to disappear, and it's just Xeppaa on his own. Showstopper close, lands it onto Les. Gross. The fuse comes in. A C9 or now a map point.
Map point.
Can't drop it in events back up the ropes, right? So
yeah. Thrash is done.
Star towards the back. 1v1 long range. Nice shot by Jake as he gets dinked himself by 140 Phantom of tuyz. Answer back by a snake bite. Plant now coming down for saadhak's wingman. As no lurk comes in, no flank for C9.
3v3.
Runi once again with the sheriff. Headshot at Zellsis, and it's only less. Moving up, making a lot of noise. Spotted by Runi again. A 2 versus 1. Pink shells to come up. Makes it a 1v1. An ace would be perfect to keep the dream alive. As now as he swings out, Zellsis wins it. Comes back for the defuse, and C9.
Distracting the chaos they're making. We're going right in, man.
The chaos starts now, and it's Cauanzin moving in outside of B main.
Down B.
Smoke coming outside, just trying to pick up the spike if we can, and we're fighting just right back through smokes.
Absolutely absurd gamble to go to B. Everybody is there, all 5. The only one that was coming in through mid was Runi, and already to be at tiles.
Buddy right now towards this stack. There's still a lot of time left here for Loud to try to fight back towards mid if they want to.
Identified by the flash, like a slow play for Leaf here.
And the last one! Oh. 1 Leaf with 4 kills, and that's how you start.
Few are in the site, and it's going to have to be Leaf again, causing that chaos to start it off. Vancillion, the retake is on.
Talk about that sheriff in the back. That's aspas at Boathouse. Underhand flash, full blinded into the site, but the cavalry is here for a bit. aspas still holding in the back of the site of 2 versus 2. A timing to come in. And it's up to tuyz now. One-way smoke that he threw in the beginning is now encumbersome for himself. As we're sticking on to the fuse, only 1 more to go. 17 HP, a fake TP, and Zellsis has to stick onto the plant. And he gets the shot! The Red Bull clutch! As Loud answer back to tie up the game. These for great players can shine. As shining the sight, couple of flashes being thrown on the attack for Loud. Oh, the timing on Les to open things up and catch Zellsis with nanoswarms in his hands. A wall bang coming in, and that's Loud all over the B site.
Loud playing to the util, but I think also his angles.
Here.
Loud's chasing.
Yep, they have to get back to the spike on this one.
Because of the thrifty. Crossfire in. cauanzin again with the Odin. Leaf activating here, the dash. Denied right away. As he swings out, attempts for a kill. It's all up to Jake. Of course, the round's going to come in for a Loud. Big check mark right now, for even with that paranoia. Loud now showing their hand, showing that they want to go for. And they hit into the A site, planning for A main. Early paranoia comes out though for the defense. aspas trying to gain space on the top and does get the kill through the smoke. So that's the operator down. Hunter's Fury available, so we have to fight quick for C9. But aspas still fights in. Xeppaa then close for 2 of his own. Looking for that 3rd one, but it's still a trade-off on different parts around that site. cauanzin stuck on a 2 versus 1.
Oh no.
Low HP Zellsis stopped.
No, they won't.
Flicks back towards heaven. And he's running away. The timing that he has on his Hunter's Fury. And it's up to Runi.
They both have it.
Tap onto the spike. There's that Hunter's Fury.
Shoot it back.
And he fights back. It's a Legolas battle. And now back on a tap onto the spike, the jump spot. And it's going to be cauanzin that wins it. Silva versus Silva. Another swarm coming in from Loud. No command down. Out on the defense for Xeppaa. Canceling that utility as a trait comes off. Still an opportunity to res Xeppaa. Oh my word. But it's that Odin once again.
Just a clothesline through the wall.
Trying to get this kill on switch. And finally we stop that Odin to the cost of the KO falling, but we'll take that any day of the week.
tuyz again.
2 versus 1, fake TP into the corner. Leaf is ready. And C9
Leap for it right away, so Loud searching. A nice 0 point to start on that wine area.
big pressure up towards A main and the Odin. Rooney's only able to get one. Weak insight towards the A site, but thankfully it is Zellsis in there with all of that utility from he's trying to delay with his KJ utility. And it's denied for long enough. Look at this flank coming in here from C9. Zellsis even gets a first kill. The last two players looking to flank towards A main. Timing can happen, and it will. Lockdown still up, and Leaf just gets the kills. Just get detained, it doesn't matter. Spike wasn't even planted, and that's enough. Utility still available for the delay. Fragments set out from Saadhak. A peek coming in from Leaf. Shock darts once again to delay on the pulse plant on the attack. There's still so much utility left from both teams. And finally we engage. But that clock is ticking out onto that spike, and it's still gonna be loud all over that scoreboard. One more to go, stopped by tuyz. Utility on the attack of the post plant. 0 point, paranoia, fragments still available on the attack. A C9 is just trying to find the right timing. It's off Rooney's recon dart potential, but the flash recon coming in, a drop in towards hell. Leaf opens it up, but it's still players of Cloud9 following.
Oh! The cheeky little fragment hook shot grenade that landed on Joy.
Hunter's Fury into the site. Counter coming back on the defense. But we still have players in site B now for C9. Leaf opens it up at the staircase. Zellsis on the top of the box has never been spotted. It's now the spike being down. Leaf trying to delay. A fight towards logs as Les stops him. Spike still looking to get picked up here out in the open. Owl drone coming out too, and Loud doesn't even care about the spike. Rooney now. And another attempt to clutch. But there's so many bullets in the chamber here with this Odin. A little bit of a love tap. As the recon comes in, he gets pinged out. But tuyz has triggered display to not swing out yet. Only swings out now to get the kill and put Loud at 9 versus Cloud9. Frenzies for the
down.
retake. 3 players for Loud. And that's a big paranoia that could come out here with. Oh man, these shot darts are still looking pretty good here for cauanzin. There's that paranoia to come in. That's gonna hit them like a bus. tuyz still gets the kill onto Leaf before he gets hit by that paranoia. Loud answering back, but it's still a 2 versus 1. Saadhak tapping onto the spike, spraying with that frenzy, running out of bullets, and that's Zellsis fake. Zellsis moving up towards the alarm button, actually now being met up by the spike. Less ADSing towards the switch, and jakee opens it up on A. This might be a huge pivot with 30 seconds left. But look at Loud already rotated towards A.
You thought you were getting your first mid play of the round, but it's not. They're going back to cat of the game, and it's going to be shots coming in. tuyz does his best to stop Xeppaa, but they're still going to make it in. This plant's going to be tight, Van Silly.
And aspas is still at generator, gets that first one onto Rooney, swings across, and Xeppaa answers back. 10 seconds left on the clock. Shock darts coming in. Will it land? Will it kill? It will not. Plant now comes down. cauanzin also picked off. ADS by Loud. Who gets 2? Back to a 1 versus 1. Xeppaa jiggling out towards this generator. As Les is looking to put this turret down. Now spotted, still on top of heaven. And Xeppaa will eventually get the kill. What? By Jake, who does get the dink onto Les, who's down to 1 HP. Hunter's Fury down on the attack. As everybody's rotating towards the B site. A TP in the back. Rooney still connects onto cauanzin. And there's Les, that 1 HP falls. A timing for aspas, potentially to move towards the market. Even for Saadhak inside the site. And that's Jake transferred back onto tuyz. All over the place. As now the spike's down. 18 seconds left.
This is doable.
Aspas, who missed a few, is landing all of these! And gets the 3rd one onto Rooney! The Red Bull clutch! Heard that off ring across the B main, breaking the turret for Zellsis, so that's a good call. Gonna be the call for C9 to move now towards generator inside the site. Immediate trade coming out, and Les is still dancing around the generator. Still 2 players anchoring towards the back of the A site. The crossfire is perfect. That turret's still up. That turret's still busy. Can't deal with it, and finally, Zellsis fights back, but cauanzin's there for the assist in terms of map control.
I'm down for a pearl
With that
match.
timing.
Roll it in. Let's go. Still cautious.
Oh!
Powers out.
Les was always ready for that one. Jake falls, and that's no smokes. But you get timing off the 0 point that was thrown before by saadhak.
Still.
An aggressive push from Xeppaa at the staircase towards market. And an opportunity here for these three players to come in clutch for Cloud9. 0 point answered back to initiate the retake. It spots at least Leaf into the radius of B main. Hunter's Fury then on to the defense. But there's that position from Xeppaa. Lands onto the second kill. Dodging the Bladestorm to get the third. And cauanzin with the Odin. Fragment on the ground. And Xeppaa even falls back, running that clock down. Well done. But that now brings in the 1 versus 1. Runi has to come up huge. The spray from the Odin. The tap onto the spike. And the spray still comes out. Misses that fight, but at least he's done his job.
Yep.
The spike will go off, and C9 will be able to win at the player disadvantage. Or an updraft, rather. Leaf fully denied towards the link. Null command coming out. And we do have, oh no, the Odin coming out to drop Runi. Spike now drop Paranoia. cauanzin falls to fall back. Les also spraying through the smoke to drop one. And C9 looking to at least regain that space as much as they could. Running into the smoke. Jakee's looking for a fight. But there's only one left now pinged out. Leaf, you have a lot in your hands right here. And you're gonna fall down for the Odin spray of cauanzin once again.
This little split towards mid.
Blinded.
It's a flash to start things off. Counter flash and first blood from Aspas. Loud just storming in, coming in loud for sure. A right into A main. As now your force. A wall early, he gets instantly broken. Then through the high tide, Aspas gets a kill.
They know.
No lurk to work. And that's gonna be Loud. Coming in big in the pistol right here. Just trying to move forward towards the back of the B halls. It's still Zellsis and Jake forcing the swing out. Who does get 2 for his trouble before Les answers back with 2 of his own. And saadhak's still on this battle up against Leaf, who's changed from the duelist into a sentinel for this round. A cascade to allow for Loud to push up forward for a bit, who's now down to halfway.
Halfway.
Sticking on to the spike, now off it. Oh, pulls on the knife. There's no more time here. Leaf will come out, and C9 will A-site for Loud. Hot hands on to the ground. First contact, saadhak stops to run it back. We're moving in for a plant. Les and saadhak though fighting back. So rotation's already coming through from Loud. Cascade on to the front of the A main. Big battle into the front as Les wins that one against Xeppaa. Jig peeking out, forcing the bullets out. Aspas forced to fall away from a dash. And a kill through a blaze wall left behind by Zellsis. Now has to come up huge now that the high tide comes out on a retake attempt. Off now, greeted by Aspas. And that's a clean retake by Loud.
Yeah, well, Les is...
Tried to move up for a contact play. C9 did spot saadhak at the top of B heavens. And as they're trying to run through this toxic screen, everybody's getting decayed. Nova Pulse is coming inside the site. Overwhelming C9 on their attempt to hit towards B. Reckoning even on top. And Rooney's gonna have it before.
30 seconds left.
And he's done it on this very map. A jump spot here. A swing out to the right. And cauanzin's ready.
Nicely played by Loud. Hey.
I won.
Yeah. Phoenix makes it to the back hall there, and it's like his playground. You get the flash, you double layer in, and that is a pretty brazen play coming out of Loud. They lose a few members here to the Sheriff, and semi-save coming in from C9.
Oh. Instant res come out, indeed it will. Nova Pulse in onto the staircase. saadhak forced to fall back from the bottom of Art. Xeppaa still trying to chase him down. Does have the Seekers available, finally will use it. saadhak gets the wall bang. Flash, now hit. Xeppaa stops him. A player advantage out for C9. Plat now coming down. Trailblazer, Xeppaa doing everything. Grabbing all that information. And allowed his 2v2 to happen. But an Aspas answers back with a Bladestorm. Oh my god, updrass. Lands one into the face of Zellsis. Locked down 2 to delay the clock onto the spike. But tuyz is still fighting. A nice first kill in a 4 versus 4. He gets broken off and finally spots Aspas, so that cancels that out.
Jig is up.
Tap onto the spike, fighting through the high tide. But it's definitely looking at a C9 round.
Hot hands goes out on the spike. No defuse able to come through. Ooh, just high little molly there coming in from the attack side. Good job by Leaf to really push out B connector, but it's not all happening at once. Everybody takes defensive positions again for Loud. It's a trade on each side.
A rare lurk. Seekers coming out. We don't clear towards the back of the billboard, and unfortunately, a couple of C9 players fall down. The advantage out for Loud, and it's a collat coming out from aspas. More difficult for C9. And look at the utility from the KJ. It's actually outside of the Viper's pit to delay and deny all of these plans. A curveball towards the back of the site though as Zellsis gets the opener. Jake then also capitalizes on another one. Lockdown then coming out on the defense. A run it back stopped right away by aspas. Advantage still comes out here for C9. There's a big flag now from behind. cauanzin stopped. Traded. Saves his teammate. And Jake gets locked in. A 2 versus 1. Saadhak then stopped there by Runi.
Path that it's usually blocking almost right away. Oh, but they're hovered now by Loud.
And Leaf swings in for another kill. Lockdown coming through, who's been too many numbers to play against here for Loud. There we go, even Runi lurking from the back. Nice way to end the half, though, at least Riv with a flawless. Not working too well, but at least the gunshots do. Just heard of that dink from C9 onto tuyz. A fight towards the back of the halls, a jump spot spotting 2. And it's C9 overtaking the site. Wall coming out from the defuse, and it's looking really good for C9 to win another pistol.
Move to art, same thing. Identify with utility to get that opening frag. There's number 2.
Yeah. With no more utility left for Xeppaa, gotta start moving out with your bodies to try to gain that information. Unfortunately, gets punished for it. At least Leaf is playing towards the back of the site. Drops a spike. Trying to get...
Right now, all onto that defuse. Loud keeping Cloud9 at bay.
Oh, onto the wall. And then spawning onto the second one in between the Sage wall. tuyz gets the last kill, and Loud are now falling back towards Belong for Loud to play the post plant. Sage wall up, trying to get the res. Nobody's really sticking onto that spike. Finally, we do so. Jake's sticking onto that one right now. It's back to halfway. More than half. They're gonna get it. And this is still an opportunity to switch the momentum for Loud.
Wow. Trailblazer and 1 shot.
Placing swarm grenade.
One opportunity.
One enemy remaining.
Well, at least Runa's there. Can you actually land that shot that we wanted? Not gonna happen. Loud taking a lead. Whole time towards Art. The Reckoning just to clear out the site for Loud. Looking for this plant. cauanzin unfortunately falls. As here comes the high tide, even a cove. Not allowing any sprays to happen. And there's that lurk coming out from Les, who gets that second one onto Xeppaa. And it's up to Zellsis. Healing up with the blaze wall.
It did so much in art last time. I think Les is just in a mode right now, which makes it even harder to buy because the money keeps getting knocked down in the economy for C9.
Okay, you open things up with Runi, Marshall in the dome of cauanzin, and another one through the smoke. Aspas to fall, Cascade to clear out the site. Xeppaa just dancing around inside, trying to do a play off the guided light that I don't even think that Saadhak's in the range here of this alarm bot, so a perfect opportunity for that flank to happen. A battle towards Flower Pot. Almost getting caught into Cosmic Divide, to Astral Form, should I say.
One enemy remaining.
As now, unfortunately, as it worked in the beginning for Runi with that Marshall, the whole W for C9 to attack back is going to work in their favor. Even harder now that Jake falls. Here it comes. Aspas landing that shot with the operator.
Double hit.
Pushed up is going to be cauanzin just around the corner. There's that Viper pit. The lean out, Jake falls. Xeppaa looking to trade it out. It's up to him and Runi on a 4 versus 2. Bladestorm also available. Held inside just by the screens outside of the Viper's pit. At least Xeppaa gets the wallbang kill. A tap onto the spike, but footsteps are just heard left and right. Then the pit's about to fall. But then the backstab Xeppaa to get 3. A 2 versus 1, not gonna happen. Aspas gets that one. Loud landing another L onto Cloud9 this